look at those slicks, a proper race car to go on the Nürburgring. No, actually it's the yearly construction update, all the 2025 Nürburgring track changes I'm about to show to you in today's video. But first, I would like to ask you for a favor. When I started this second channel, I had a small dream of reaching 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Didn't post a lot, but I think we still can do it. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor, click that button, and yeah, enjoy all the off-topic and on-topic Nürburgring updates and also everything about my life. Anyway, now back to the topic. What's happening this year, this winter? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Nürburgring. Well, at least for me, because I came back yesterday from Croatia for 2 days just to do a couple of things. Watch the dirty M3 touring, but more importantly to check out also the construction works. Well, I didn't travel all the way back for 17 hours straight of driving to check out construction works, but while I'm here I might as well make some video for you to see what is happening, and maybe this video gets published on the same day that it was filmed, namely the 17th of December. So every year Nürburgring is doing some renovations of the track, resurfacing, since the track is 20 plus kilometers long. If you calculate the GP track, it would be a bit difficult to resurface the whole track. So every year roughly between 1 to 3 kilometers are being resurfaced, and this year we have Pflanzgarten, where we are right now, which brings lots of concerns whether the bump or the jump will be gone. Let's take a closer look. From here, right now, it looks extremely flat and boring. That's all I can say. But we still do not have the top layer of tarmac. And it's hard to say, because traditionally wise, Nürburgring is saying we're not going to change the track. And if we're going to take out the bumps, this means that by original design, the bump was not there. For example, like Charoudin's bump that was taken out in 2018 or so, I think. But now it's also kind of back again, more or less. But I don't think that this jump will come back if it's being taken out. Hard to say. I guess we will find out in 3 months' time when the track will be reopened back in March. The construction work starts from I do not know where, and I think it finishes over there. So Pflanzgarten 2 probably is not incorporated in the changes. But this, as of now, is of course early to say, but it's slightly concerning, I totally missed the opportunity of taking a video of this car going over the bump, non-existent. Silly of me, but it looked very not spectacular. So there is the jump. Here we still see that the track is being resurfaced, actually big patches taken out. And over there it still continues on, which makes me kinda happy, I would say, because the transition from there, the transition part from Pflanzgarten 1 to Pflanzgarten 2, so to say, is extremely bumpy and is one of the most challenging sections. Well, not one of the most challenging, but very high speed, and you need to know what you're doing exactly. Basically what I'm trying to say, if that part will be flattened, it will not take out much of the excitement, but definitely will make the track somewhat faster, but most importantly, safer. The main question remains is what will it mean for Pflanzgarten 2? It's a bit of a long walk to get there. Ah yeah, why not? I just hope I'll be back in time before dark, because we have just 1 more hour of daylight left, and I still need to film the other, probably... Since when is it closed here? That's not inviting. Off we go. Yeah, I still need to film you the other most important change of the Nürburgring for 2025. I'm really not missing this weather while being in Croatia, especially not with my dog Pancake, which is Australian Shepherd with long hair. So this is the transition part for Pflanzgarten that I was speaking earlier about, and everything here is flattened. Man, the stuff I'm literally have to go through to make some content for you guys. If I'm gonna faceplant there, no, let's not jump. On the other hand, I have no idea how otherwise I need to get across this. When you order parkour on Temu. And this might be it. So here's the cut of the old tarmac over here with a barrier indicating that you should not be driving that way. The cars are coming from that direction. There's the transition part and also Pflanzgarten 1. And there's Pflanzgarten 2. So let's have a look at it just to be sure. Blech. Pflanzgarten 2, which I like to call the most romantic spot of Nürburgring Nordschleife, because here you have this micro bench where you have to sit with each other, very close to each other if you want to sit here with two people and watch cars go sideways in the air, downhill towards there. Am I officially trespassing now? Because I am actually, this was without agreement with the Nürburgring. Pflanzgarten 2 is all the same as before, so it's clearly that the new patch will end over there just before the approach for the jump. So nothing will change here, at least as of 17 December 2024, but I'm sure it will remain the same. So overall, as of this section, my only big concern is literally the jump, that it won't be there anymore. But again, right now there is no top layer yet. It's early to say anything, but I'm super happy if the middle piece between 1 and 2 will be flat, because that was unnecessarily challenging, maybe in a way. Of course, could offer you some competitive advantage, but it can be smoother and faster, safer, and faster is always better. Safer is also always better. So now I'm on my way to see where that Pflanzgarten part is actually starting. I believe the Nürburgring wrote on Instagram that it's going to be from Eiskurve. So let's try to get there. We have 30 minutes until sunset, so hopefully it will be quick. It's kind of beautiful, this red-ish leaf-filled ground, soil. Subscribe for more Nürburgring nature facts with Misha. Maybe some outdoor activities, just not survival. Because I would not survive a single day probably here. It's way too cold, first of all. We're now at the auto addiction filming spot, pretty much. Seeing some barriers there, so that looks promising. Okay, now this gets interesting because the cut for the tarmac is right there. Here's Brunnchen 2. There's where Nick is filming from Auto Addiction, so you get a good reference. So the new tarmac will start all the way from here, including the whole of Eiskurve. This puts another point of concern for the OGs, because Eiskurve is another iconic photographic point, like Pflanzgarten, because there you have cars doing tripoding, when the one wheel goes in the air. This has to do with a combination of two things. One, there's a bump that upsets your car, but it's a very tiny bump. Actually, series of bumps when you look at some footage in slow motion. But also the high levels of grip due to the rubber that's on the tarmac throughout the years. So I think we're gonna have one more iconic spot less for race tracker pictures. But time will tell. I don't think they're going to put artificial bump there. Also, the grip levels are not going to be there, because the new tarmac is usually less grippy than what you find on other tracks or the road, to equalize the overall grip levels that you have on the ring. So I'm not too excited about that one. Final thing that I just realized, which makes very little sense to me, is, as mentioned, the cut for the new tarmac is over here. Over there, let me just walk back with you to Auto Addiction spot. Alright, so here we are, Auto Addiction window. There is the cut for the new tarmac. So this is all old, and funnily enough, you can probably see on the camera the transition over there, because that part has been resurfaced in 2019, I think, and that part was left out. And that was back then already my point of complaint, because as mentioned, you have lots of rubber on the track during busy days. So on the dry, this is very grippy. In the wet, this is extremely slippery. So back then, I also already asked myself the question, why would you come with the old tarmac right after the transition? Just before the corner you have the transition. Now you have literally I don't know, it's like what, 100 meters maybe of tarmac of this old part that connects the 2019 resurfacing area and the brand new one. Why wouldn't you do these 100 meters and improve the grip levels here? Because in the wet, this is extremely tricky. Actually, today on the main channel, a video will be published where I ended up tiny bit on the gravel over there because there was a tiny wet patch and the car behind me ended up in the wall for the same reason. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like I said, this would have made so much sense if you would really just had this piece resurfaced as well, but who am I? Anyway, let's proceed to the final construction part of today, which is of course the new exit on the main straight. The second exit that you can take directly after coming off the track, so you don't have to go through the parking lot. Poor dirty M3 Touring. Over there we have the Devil's Diner. We have the construction material parked up in the TF car park. And here are the construction works for the new exit. So just before coming onto the car park, which is over here, you will have the opportunity to do a U-turn and end up on the main road over here. I wonder what's happening here. Why is there a big hole being dug out? I mean, actually it used to be a pond already. It was just covered in all the bushes, etc. It doesn't look too wide, but I think 2 cars will be able to fit here. Not that it's necessary to fit 2 cars. I mean, single car extraction is all you need, actually. And then you will have to go all the way straight completely. Then you will have the option to go straight under the tunnel and end up on the main road over there, or just go directly there and left to Adenau or to the right to ED. Well, I think that's all there is to it. It will be of course interesting to see what will be the way of right. No, sorry, the right of way. Will you have a traffic light or just a sign? And the other question is, how many people will try to do a burnout U-turn to go towards Nürburgring? I guess time will tell. I need to show it a bit better though, however. Actually, so here you have the U-turn, and it looks like you will be going still parallel next to the track, and then the exit will be actually over there, which makes much more sense that you do not turn in right in the corner. Also, there are some construction works happening over there at the overflow car park. So I wonder what's happening, or whether it's just like a dirt collection point as of now. I guess time will tell. I am going now to Croatia till January, then I'm going to Birmingham to Autosport International Expo with the whole team. So we're having a stand there, see you there. And after that I'll be back like mid of January here. And that's when I'll give you the next update, or maybe probably already when it will be close to reopening. Probably an official video that I'll be able to make on the track. So I need to ask Nürburgring for permission. Sorry if I did some trespassing today, I didn't mean to. Actually, I just realized that I haven't filmed one more update, namely the last right-hander before Steichstrecke is also being redone. I call it the Porsche killer because that's also where the GT2 RS taxi died, and a couple of more Porsches as well, because it's quite tricky. That is very difficult to go and walk to, and it's getting dark. Yep, I won't be able to make it before dark there, so that's something you will have to wait and see next year, next season. And also there will be a couple of other small minor updates. I saw that they were cutting lots of trees, so which will improve the visibility. So again, for all of that, subscribe, like, share, subscribe to this channel, and let's see what's gonna happen the upcoming season at 2025. From mid-March you'll be able to drive this fantastic track. Just got back to Vulcan Alpha, and as I was driving past Apex, and I mentioned Apex Taxi in one of the previous shots, I read the news 2 days ago that Apex got sold to Nürburgring. So that's going to be an interesting development for 2025. Most importantly, you'll be able to stay at the Apex building through Nürburgring, and who knows what else will happen as well. We have also a couple of updates for you planned. But that's something for next time. So see you then. By the way, does anyone want to have a RS Q3 Yeah, let us know. Including the engine and gearbox, by the way. That one is for us, for that thing over there.